Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier Ellie. We are here to have fun together and to make a card together. And happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, March 9th. I can't believe it's already into March. And you know, next weekend is daylight, or this coming weekend actually, on the 13th, we switch to daylight savings time, and I'm really excited. I really like daylight savings time, don't you? We have more time during the day. And I'm just going to check on my computer here and make sure we're live. Here we go. Okay, it's good. It's always good when everything works and when we're live. So welcome, welcome, welcome to my YouTube viewers and my Facebook viewers. I'm glad to have you with us today. So we are going to just have a good time. My theme for this year is be happy. There's lots of bad stuff going on everywhere, lots of sad stuff. But I want to bring you a little bit of happiness and a little bit of fun during this half hour or 40 minutes that we're together. So welcome, and let's just have fun together. So don't forget, at the end I give a prize, so stick around till the end, and I'll award the prize from last week and show you what the prize is for this week, this coming week. So one thing I want to show you is my new pink lemonade Starbucks tumbler. Is that not cute or what? My daughter gets, we all go to Starbucks, our whole family goes to Starbucks, and my daughter gets like lots of the tumblers, lots of the different ones, and they came out a while back with this pink lemonade tumbler, and I'm just nutty about it. So it comes with its own straw, and I've got my water in here. Now I also have a hot pink one that I haven't showed you guys. So be watching for that. As the weather gets warmer, I'll be pulling out my hot pink one. But for today, I'm going to use the pink lemonade Starbucks tumbler. I mean, you know, you've got to have fun. Just like I said, we're going to be happy. Hi, Tina from Granite Falls, North Carolina. Wow, good to see you. And Diane, good to see you. I'm so glad you've popped on. So I want you to relax. You're going to get some good ideas and some inspiration. Today we're going to do a St. Patrick's Day card, but even if you don't do St. Patrick's Day cards, it's a fun fold. So hang on so that you can see this fun fold. And so for announcements, my March host code, if you order in my online store, and the link is above for my Facebook people, below for my YouTube people, this month, if you place a $50 order and you use my March host code, which is also above or below, you will get a package of 40 basic white medium envelopes, Stampin' Up! Envelopes that fit the A2 card perfectly. This is the little note I put on so I know what it is. It's the March host code gift. And if you'd like this pack of envelopes, just place a $50 order in my store and be sure to use the host code. It's kind of a kooky, I don't know how they get these things, but it's capital letters QKBVUF3C. But it's all written out for you above or below so that you can use it. And I hope you do. So I'm going to put Ellie down now. And I have a couple other announcements before we get into making our card. So I'm going to switch the camera down, and we'll see if this works. Okay, so tomorrow is the last day to order my Faith Creations Easter class to go. This is a class where you make cards, and I send you scripture verses and the whole card kit to make 6 cards, but it uses scripture verses about the resurrection. So if you're interested in that, email me and I will send you a registration link. The details are, the class is $45. If you want the Daffodil Daydream stamp set, which I am using in this class, it's $65, and you get over $20 of product for your registration. You get a package of New Horizons Designer Series paper in color jewels. You get a whole embossing folder, the ornate floral embossing folder, all the materials to create 6 cards, 6 Easter cards, spiritual Easter cards, 3 step-by-step PDF tutorials, and a video to show you how to do it all. So if you're interested, tomorrow's the last day to register. Email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com and I'll send you the registration link. Okay, the next thing that's going on, I'm just going to put that to the side. The Savings in Bloom, I'm going to put you up just a hair bit. The Savings in Bloom sale, and this is 20% off 13 different bundles, which is a stamp set and a die set, and 20% off the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine, which we're going to use today. This is during the whole month of March, and so if you're interested in some of those bundles and that good price of 20% off, they're usually 10% off, now they're 20% off, and the little machine is 20% off, and it's such a cute little baby boss, we call it. Just go to my online store, click that link, and you can see all the details. Okay, we're ready. I think, is there anything else? Nope, we're ready for our card today. Okay. So I mentioned to you that it's going to be a St. Patrick's Day card. And one reason I wanted to do it today is because St. Patrick's Day is a week from tomorrow. And so if you actually know anybody that's Irish or generally make and send St. Patty's Day cards, I wanted to make sure that you have the time, barely enough time, to get them out, right? So, hi Ross, good to see you. So this is the card we're going to make today. We're going to make a Shamrock, and it's a fun fold, and maybe some of you know what this is called. I can't remember what it's called, but I love this fun fold, and you can see how it works. It's like a basic card here that opens up, okay? And then it has this extra little standing part. So when someone gets it, they can open it up, they can stand it up and display it. And I just love this fun fold. So if you know the name of it, let me know. I think it does have a name, and I meant to look it up before I started here today. So what we're using today is we are going to use for our sentiment. I was looking for a stamp set that talked about luck because they say, you know, the luck of the Irish and all that kind of thing. So I found on the Crane of Fortune stamp set, it says, has a sentiment that says much luck and good fortune. And if you're interested, that stamp set, and it's a whole suite, is on page 24 of the new mini catalog. And here's the whole suite. It's very beautiful. I think the dies might be back ordered, but I don't think the stamp set is. So anyway, I thought this would be a great sentiment for us to use, but there are lots of other sentiments that you can find that say something about, you know, good luck for the Irish and whatnot. So we're also going to learn how to make this fun fold card. Hi Allison, good to see you. And we're going to learn how to make the Shamrock. Okay, so let's start with the fun fold card. And for this card, you need a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 basic white paper. And I'm using my Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer. I'm going to push my embossing blade up to the top because we're going to use that in a minute, but not right now. Right now we're going to do some cutting. So the first thing to do with your 8.5 by 11 sheet for this fun fold is to cut down the center at 4 1/4. And this becomes really important because you're going to interlock these two pieces together. So we're going to cut straight down the center like that. And then we're going to do our scoring. So I'm going to pull down my score blade, and we're going to score at 5 1/2, which is half of this piece lengthwise. So let's score there. Whoops, that little guy needs to pop in there. There we go. So we're going to score there, and that's one sheet. The next sheet we're going to score again at 5 1/2, and then we're going to make an extra score. So 5 1/2 is half of this 11-inch piece, and then we're going to score again half of 5 1/2 is 2 3/4, if I'm right, and which I think I am. So we're going to score there. And now we've got our card ready to go. So let's see how, oh, I forgot one more little thing. So on the piece that we scored the 2 3/4, what we're going to do is just trim off a tiny bit on the 5 1/2 side. Just the tiniest bit, like 1/8 of an inch or less, because this is going to have to interlock or just set inside of the other card, and we don't want it to, we want it to set inside really nicely. So here's our card. This is the one with the extra scoring, and this is the basic card. So let's go ahead and use our bone folder, and we'll burnish that card, the first one. And this is where it gets, you just want to be sure that you're as close as you can be to exact. Okay, so right here, we're just going to go ahead and burnish that fold, just like that. Okay, so there is the main card. And then we've got our other card. We're going to fold and burnish at the 5 1/2 score line. And then we're also going to, I want to see how I'm going to do this. Excuse me. So this one we want to do this way. It really doesn't matter because you'll figure it out later anyway when you go to put the card together. As long as you score and burnish it, we can always turn it around. Okay, so here are our two parts of our card, just like this. And remember, we cut this just a little bit short. We cut off 1/8 of an inch. And the reason is because this part is going to fit right in here, and we're going to adhere it to the top of the other one. And that's what makes this fold, fun fold card, okay? So the main thing is we want to make sure that this can fit up in here and it doesn't cause a problem right up in here. So that's the first thing we're going to do, and that's what creates the card. So we're going to go ahead and glue those two pieces together. So I'm going to put some of my multi-purpose glue all around the edges. Remember, you don't get too close. Get about 1/4 of an inch back from the edge, and that's plenty because the glue will spread once you place it down. So now we're going to put this over this card, and we're just going to put it right in there like that. And now we're going to stand it back up and make sure everything's working. Okay, press down. And there we go. There's our fancy fold card. I'm going to see if any of you know the name of it. If anybody's told me the name, let me know in the comments if you know the name of this card. The name of the fold, which I really don't, but I like it, and I use it quite often. And it really is fun. It's fun for the recipient to receive because it stands up so much fun like that. So now we're going to cut some designer series paper that's going to fit on that card. And today I'm using the Hearth and Home designer series paper because I think it goes really well with I'm using shaded spruce for my color for my Shamrock, and I think it goes really well. So we're going to start actually with this wood piece. This is from the Hearth and Home DSP, and we're going to cut this 4 by 5 1/2 on our paper, 5 1/4. We want it 1/4 inch smaller than the place where we're going to put it. And this is going to fit right here, and this is going to be the background for our Shamrock. And then we're going to cut from this more floral piece, a piece to go here and a piece to go here. And these pieces are, let me check, 2 1/2 by 4. And we want them to go up and down, so this is going to be our 4-inch measurement. So we'll go ahead and cut them like that, 4 inches, and then we're going to have 2 1/2 and 2 1/2, another 2 1/2. Okay. Oh, Ellie's barking. I think there might be a truck outside. So if you hear a lot of barking, just She gets so excited when the delivery people come, you know, Amazon or whatever, UPS. UPS usually brings my Stampin' Up! Products, and I love UPS. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue down this first wood piece on the front of our card, the long piece on the front. And we're going to do something on the inside too, so not to worry. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put some glue on this, light strips. Oh, she's so excited. They might be going to the neighbors. She hears everything. Okay, so we're going to put this right there and press that down, and that's going to be the background to our shamrock. Okay, now we have this piece, and what I'm going to do is put this piece here with the flowers going up, and then over here I'm going to put it the opposite way. I don't know why, it just seems right, where the flowers face up like this. So let's just see how that works. I don't think anybody is really going to notice, but it just makes sense to me that the flowers will face up toward the top there. So let's just do that. And just center it right inside that area. There's one. And now we're going to put the front one on. I think this is a nice, this Hearth and Home paper is just a nice kind of background paper. Between the wood and the light, the really light flowers, I think it's just a nice background for almost anything you want to do with your card. So now we have our card completely covered with our DSP just the way we want it, and then it's ready to fold out, and it's ready for us to decorate. Let's see, one other thing on the inside, as long as we're at it, I pre-cut a piece that is 1 inch by 4 1/4, and we're just going to go ahead and place this right on there so that the inside of our card has a little decoration. You love this fold, Marcia. You sent your St. Patty's cards early, too early. Oh gosh. Well, I'm sure they love them. I'm sure they love them, but I felt like if you're going to make a card and get it in the mail, I think this is today or tomorrow or the next day is probably about, you know, you got to get it mailed by this weekend is what I was thinking in my mind. Okay, there we go. Now there's the fold, there's the fun fold, fancy fold, fun fold, that I'm going to figure out the name to it, and I might leave it as a comment when I figure that out. Linda, hi, no problem, glad to see you. Now we're going to make a shamrock. And you know what? I did some research today. I did some research about what kind of a, let's look at our sample card. What kind of a, how do I make the Irish flower? Because I thought it was a 4-leaf clover. I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was a 4-leaf clover. And I did some research, and it turns out no, not at all. It's a shamrock. That's the flower of the Irish, is the shamrock, which has 3 leaves, 1, 2, 3. And today we're going to make these leaves with hearts. You can make the leaves with any size heart you have. I tried some bigger hearts from the heart punches that we have, and they're too big. So today I used a heart from the Bouquet of Love, and here it is. I have it off here down with the little, our die cutting machine. It seems just the right size. I like the way it went together. Pam, good to see you. So I'm using this little stitched heart. The Bouquet of Love is the hybrid embossing folder, and it comes with these dies. And I found that these dies are useful for so many things, not just Valentine's Day, and so is the Bouquet of Love actual embossing folder, but it all comes together. It's called a hybrid embossing folder. So I'm using this particular heart die. It's a good shape. And as I mentioned, I'm using Shaded Spruce is the color for my shamrock. And actually what I've done to save a little time is I pre-cut 3 shamrocks, or excuse me, 3 hearts already, and I'm just going to cut the last one with you here today. I thought it would just save a bit of time. So here's my piece let me make sure you can see it. Yep, here's my piece of shaded spruce cardstock. I'm going to put my little heart right on there. And remember, when you're using the mini, you pull the plates back a little. Each one comes back a little from the front. Let me show you that close up. See what I mean? Pull it back just a little bit and it makes it run through so smoothly. So we're going to just cut this one little heart and run it through the machine. I just need it to grab on. Maybe I didn't put it back far enough. Okay, here we go. There we go. See what I mean? Oh, he's got a little cricket inside. So there is our stitched heart. I think it's a really cute little heart. See how it's stitched on the edges? Okay, now what I have done to make this shamrock even cuter is I pulled out the checks and dots embossing folders that are made specifically for the Mini Boss machine. And you know the Mini Boss is on sale for 20% off during the month of March. So it's normally $60 and it's now only $48. I am getting, truthfully, I keep this little guy very close to me because I don't have to get up and go to my big machine. I just have him right here, zip things through. There are a lot of dies that fit in this little Mini Boss. And so this is called, these are the checks and dots embossing folders. You get two. And today I'm using the dots. And when we do that, the Mini Boss comes with all the plates that you need, and the instructions are right on here, and here it tells you exactly what to do for the embossing folders. So you put down the base plate, and then you put down your embossing folder, and then you put down the gray plate. So let's get our little hearts into the dotted embossing folder. And they are just going to come out super cute. So here we go. We're putting them in there. And then we'll cover it. And put the embossing folder in and then put the gray plate on. It's called the embossing plate. I think it's number 3. And we'll just start running that through. Okay, little guy, let's go. Okay, I'm thinking maybe I need to turn this around and do it with the opening first. And I'm going to turn this so I have a little more force. There we go. That was it. You put the opening to the embossing folder first, and then it zips right through. Okay. So I'm going to show you how darling these little hearts are. Look at how cute that is with the little dots on it. Isn't that just darling? I just think those are so cute. And actually, we only need 3 for our shamrock, but I'm going to put 1 on the inside. So we've got our 3 hearts for our shamrock, 1 for the inside, and now we need the stem of the shamrock, right? So then I used another die set. I'm using 3 die sets today. But you know what? You can use any heart die set or punch that you want to. Any size heart makes a shamrock. And I found a stem on the tulips dies. There are stems on many of our floral dies. So the first one I came to was tulips. And it has this nice stem. So now I'm going to get back the Mini Boss. And we're going to go back to the normal way that we die cut. Put our paper down, and it's a thin piece of paper. Put our, get it so you can see it. Put our little stem on there, and then we're going to cut this guy. Just cut him right out like that. And it makes really a perfect stem. Look at that. It's nice and thin, just perfect for our shamrock. Okay, now we're ready. Let's get our card base back. And one thing I wanted to tell you, the shamrock, or I wanted to remind you that I told you a few minutes ago, is the shamrock has 3 leaves, and they're supposed to have a little space between them, okay? Kind of like this look. A little bit of space between them. touching, but with a bit of space. Okay, and what I'm going to do is put them on with dimensionals, and each leaf just takes one dimensional. So I'm going to start with the first one, and I just think the leaves are, because the leaves are decorated, they have both stitching and dots. I think they're really, really cute. I'm going to put it in the left-hand corner of my card front, and then, so just one dimensional on the back of each. And so when I put this on, I'm going to want to have space right in here, but with the points touching. So kind of like that. See how there's that space? Because the shamrock, actually, the leaves are a little bit separated like that. They're not crammed together. And then here's our third leaf, and we want to try to get that same little distance right there as best we can. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Okay, and now we're ready for our stem. And this is just the cutest stem. It does have a right and wrong. It has a flat side and a little bit of a puffy side. And I think I'm going to have it come like this. And all we need to do here is just put the tiniest, tiniest bit of glue on the back. Really super tiny. So just get a dot and kind of pull it like that. Because you don't want anything, you want as little as possible, if anything, to come out. So let's put a little bit more glue here. And I'm going to just kind of smooth it around. Okay, and now we're ready to put down our stem, and I'm going to tuck it up under the corners there. And there we go. Pretty easy, wasn't it? Isn't that just an easy way to make a shamrock? With just hearts. And everybody has either heart dies. I want to pull that over just a little bit. Okay. Either heart dies or heart punches. And there you have your shamrock. So we're going to pull this up, and now we're going to put a sentiment on the front. And we talked about, this sentiment is from the Crane of Fortune stamp set, because it talks about luck, and that's what you usually say on St. Patty's Day, is something like, you know, the luck of the Irish be with you, or something like that. Let's see, I have a couple of scraps here. I'm going to take the bigger scrap. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that sentiment in Shaded Spruce, because we want the colors to be the same. And let me see, yes, I think this is right side up. Just like that. May luck and good, much luck and good fortune. Okay, and now we're going to die cut the sentiment also. So I'm using 3 different dies here. And this die is from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which you all know is one of my real favorites, the Stitch So Sweetly dies. I think that die set is like a must-have. I really do. I don't know what you guys think, but I love the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Okay, so we're just going to die cut this sentiment to put on the front of our card. And it's so easy with the little baby boss. Just scoot him right through just like this. Okay, there we go. So we've really used our little machine a lot today, haven't we? But it's easy because you can keep it right next to you. That's the wonderful part, is it just sits right next to you. So here's our card. And we're going to put our sentiment right on the front, right here in the center, with a couple of dimensionals. Where did my dimensionals go? Here they are. I've really been trying to use less dimensionals these days, because I feel like sometimes I just use so many. I don't know about you guys. You love, Marcia, the Stitch So Sweetly. I know, they are fabulous. So we're just going to center this right in here. Okay, now let's take one more look at the inside, because the recipient is going to open this card, and here is the inside. And this is cute, this 1-inch piece of the Designer Series paper that we put there. but I want to add a little bit more cuteness. So I'm going to add that extra embossed heart that we made, and I'm just going to put that little heart right in there. I just think that makes it super cute when the person opens the card, don't you? Now, embellishments. We have to have embellishments, right? And you know what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my bone folder and just do a little bit more, just press down a little bit more to try to get that fold to stay a little more. It does pop up, but it's meant to, because when you put it up like that, there's the side view. When your recipient gets it this way, they can stand it up like on their shelf or fireplace. Okay, so we're going to put some little metallic pearls, is what these are called. They come in silver or gold, and I mean they come in a pack of silver and gold is what I should have said. And I'm just going to put a couple of these little metallic pearls around. I think of, you know, there's the pot of gold, and a friend of mine made on a card a pot of gold, which is really clever. So that's why I'm thinking use gold metallic pearls. I'm going to put one right up here, I think. And let's see, one more. We could go with 5, but I'm going to be a little more conservative and go with 3. Okay, so there are little gold pearls. Now we're also going to, you know, we have to decorate our envelope, right? Yes, we have to. So here's our envelope, and I didn't want to put a crane on it from the Crane of Fortune because we only used that sentiment. We didn't use, we used that sentiment for St. Patty's Day. So what I'm going to do on my envelope is I cut another strip here and reserved it of the Designer Series paper. We could completely cover our envelope flap, but I decided to just cut a strip with the flowers going straight up, and it's 4 3/8 is the width of the envelope by 1 inch, and I'm just going to glue that down. Oh, Eleanor, good to see you. I'm so glad you made it. So we're just going to put this right here on the edge of our envelope. I know you might have a return address label, but I was kind of thinking in this case we could either put the return address label on the back of the card or just right in this area. So now we're done, and there is our very pretty St. Patty's Day card. I really like it, and I really like the hearts with the dots, and it's the fancy fold that stands up just like this. So I hope you got the measurements. If you didn't, you know, go back and re-watch. I'll be posting this on my blog, and so I'll have the measurements for you over there, and I'll try to put them also over on YouTube. Now we have a prize. We have a prize to award, and where are my prizes? Here we go. So the prize from last week is gold holly leaves. Remember the beautiful gold holly leaves? And guess who won those? Eleanor. Eleanor, I'm glad you got on just in time because you won the gold holly leaves. They are absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to open the package, the container, but I'll let you see from the back if you can see them, how pretty they are, the gold holly leaves. They're just gorgeous. So Eleanor, congratulations. I'm so glad you popped on just in time to see yourself win. Wow. And next week's prize is going to be a package of mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And you know, girls, I give some good prizes, so every so often I have to give a few less expensive prizes so that I can give the good ones the other times. So next week we're going to have as a prize the mini Stampin' Dimensionals, which we can all use. And so write the word prize in the comments, and then I'll draw right before the end of, before the beginning of next Wednesday's live. But I also wanted to say, you remember how I have given away several of these, and a person who won is Marcia Long. Now she was on the Friday live, and I'm going to say this again on Friday if she doesn't contact me. But if you win, I want you to be sure to email me your address, because some of you I have your address and some I don't, your physical address to ship these things to. So I can't get them to you if you don't email me. So it's Peggy@prettypapercards.com, and I got several more of these notebooks because I know you guys like them, so be watching for these and the prizes coming up in the next couple of months. But Marcia Long, you won way back in February, and I'm going to put this back in my gift drawer if I don't hear from you in a couple weeks. So I hope you email me. And Eleanor, definitely email me for these beautiful gold holly leaves. Okay, I'm going to come back live. Let's see. With my full face. Okay. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And if you have any St. Patty's Day Irish people that you know or friends, be sure to get your cards out ASAP by the weekend for sure. And Elie and I, next Wednesday will be the day before St. Patty's Day. And I will make a card with green, but it won't be a St. Patty's Day card because it'll be too late to mail it. But we have some cute little St. Patty's Day outfit things. So come back next Wednesday and see and celebrate St. Patty's Day with us the day before. Okay, so good to see you all. I hope you have a nice